For to top it! Doncaster Rovers have done it!
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, your Doncaster Rovers fan, and welcome to another Daily Reports, bringing you the latest news and links from Doncaster Rovers Football Club. Now today is a bit of a transfer update on Jordy Hiwula. We are going to be talking about some other players as well, and some other stories breaking on social media over the past 48 hours or so. But we're going to start off with the main topic, Jordy Hiwula. Excuse me, there's been a few links. There is definitely one club according to Football Insider, but there is more clubs that have been credited as potentially interested in Jordy Hiwula according to reports. Now before we get started, make sure you do like the video if you've loved it, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, subscribe if you're new around here, click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video, and for now, let's get into this one. So Jordy Hiwula, as we all know, is one of our attackers at the club, and he has been credited to potentially leave the club this summer, with 4 different clubs reportedly interested. Now, the main club that's been reportedly interested by Football Insider and Football League World is Rochdale. Now, of course, Rochdale, of course, are going to be in the same division as us, as is all the other clubs that are apparently reportedly linked to Hiwula. But Rochdale is the sort of main one of the parties that are interested, as far as we know. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit later about would I think he'd be a good fit at any of these 4 clubs, and also do I think it's the right move. I think you know my answer by now, but we're going to talk about it in a bit anyway. But the other 3 clubs that have been listed as interested, rumouredly, are Crawley Town, Carlisle United and Harrogate Town. So, 4 clubs there that, you know, I mean, look at it this way. Carlisle United's about to go through their first full season with Paul Simpson in charge. Rochdale's going to have their second full season with Robbie Stockdale in charge. Harrogate's going through their, 12th, 13th, something like that, or more season under Weaver. And Crawley Town, obviously they got a brand new manager coming in this summer, whoever they may be. So, you know, Crawley going through a bit of a transitional period. Harrogate want to build on that finish. Rochdale want to try and build and try and get back up the table, try and get back into League One as soon as possible. And Carlisle, obviously, they used to be right up there as a League One team and up there as a League Two team. So, you know, Carlisle will want to try and get back to where they once were as well, especially with Paul Simpson, who, in my opinion, has done a really good job since he's gone into the Carlisle job. Pity we didn't take him at Rovers, but we move on. But let me talk about then the potentiality of Jordy Hiwula leaving, why I think it's a good move, and also where I think he'd be best suited at. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is speaking about the possible exit of Jordy Hiwula. Now, there's a lot of things got to take into account with this Jordy Hiwula move. It's so easy to say in the comments down below, and it's so easy for me to say, yes, taxi for Jordy, get him gone, he's not been good enough. You've got to look at every single angle and decide the right move in your personal opinion. So I'm going to do that here on this channel. I'm going to do this on this video. So first up, I believe his contract runs out in January 2023. I could be wrong. I think it's either January or summer 2023. I think it's listed as 2020. It's listed 2023 on Transfer Market, but I believe it's either January or the summer, one of the two. But yeah, so 2023 is when his contract runs out, either January or the summer. So you would get him on a free transfer in the January window or the next summer. You could terminate his contract early, 12 months early, 6 months early, however long it may be. But you would need to obviously pay some kind of, I'm guessing you'll have to pay some kind of fee, some kind of compensation fee, or just something, just some kind of fee to terminate his contract, to make him a free agent. Because let's be brutally honest, shall we? Who's going to pay money for Jordy Hiwula after this season? Not to say that in the past he's not been worth a few, you know, a few £1,000s, but this season, what transfer fee has he accumulated in the value of him as a player? Because this season hasn't been a great season for Jordy Hiwula by any stretch of the means. So what value has he added to his possible sale if he was to go this summer or January or the next summer? So I think you'd have to terminate his contract, pay whatever fee it needs, and let him go on a free. And I know we don't like players going out on a free. We've had enough of that over the past 2-3 years now. You know, Ben Whiteman's gone for money, but not a lot of money than we were expecting. You know, I still to this day would have liked to see him go for more than the 1.6 we sold him for. You know, I'd like to see him go for at least 2 million or so, but it's one of those. We move on. John Marquis, same as well. I would like to see him go for more money. The rest of them that have gone for free, obviously some free deals we've not liked, some deals we would have, you know, agreed with. But some of them we've just not liked. There's some players that I would not have liked to have gone for free. Kieran Sadley is one of them. That was a whole contractual agreement there and things like that. So, you know, we offered him some terms, didn't accept it, and went somewhere else for free. And he didn't even get into that Rotherham team because he went to Bolton now. So, you know, we can look back on that one as maybe it might have worked, maybe it might not have worked. But there is a few free deals that you sort of think, should have got a bit of money in for him. Max Waters, I can see why people would say you should have got money in for him. But at the time, he wasn't really getting into the Rovers first team setup. So it felt like one of those. But is it a Rovers fault of we should have seen his potential somewhere else? I don't know, it's a hard one to call. So I think Jordy Hiwula is one of those free deals that if we terminate his contract this summer and he goes for free anyway, I think it's one of those where I don't mind him going for free because, you know, he's not really accumulated much value over this particular season. If he goes for a bit of money, then, you know, that's always a bonus. You're getting rid of a player who hasn't been great this season, who hasn't been amazing this season, but you know, it's bringing a bit of extra money into the playing budget, so it's sort of a win-win situation. You're getting rid of someone who doesn't fit our system, but you're also bringing in a bit of money to put into a better player this summer, should we say. So I think that's definitely key. I think that's definitely the plus side of it, if it's not going to be a free deal, if he is going this summer. Now, looking at the 4 clubs that are reportedly or rumouredly interested in this guy, obviously we don't know the full truth yet. We just know from reports and rumours that these are the 4 clubs that have been linked to this guy. Crawley, Harrogate, Rochdale and Carlisle. Now, like I said, Carlisle, first of all. Paul Simpson, first full season in management next season in League 2. Obviously can't wait to see tick off Brunton Park. Can't wait to tick off Carlisle next season. Like I said, Paul Simpson wants to put together a winning squad. They put together a good run of form going into next season. You know, Paul Simpson got what 6 wins? Like in his first 7 games, I think he got like 6 wins or something like that. It's something ridiculous like that. That's just to start off with. I think his form was pretty good. So I think Paul Simpson will definitely look forward to the challenge of a first full season at Carlisle. And I really hope the Carlisle board do back Paul Simpson because I think he's proven at that level he's a good coach and a good manager. Would Jordy Hiwula suit the Carlisle system? Carlisle fans, you know your team better than I do. Comment down below. On the outside in, I think Carlisle could probably get a different style of player to Jordy Hiwula, but I could be wrong. Harrogate, I don't think Harrogate's the best club for Jordy Hiwula. I think that they've got their own style, they've got their own transfer strategy. I think it wouldn't involve a player like Jordy Hiwula, so I think Harrogate's fine. Crawley, going through a new manager, going through a bit of a transition, for the better or for the worse, we shall see. Depending on the manager, depending on the style of football, he may suit Crawley, but again, we don't know. Then finally, Rochdale, what seems to be from the reports and the rumours, the main interested party out of the 4 clubs that have been linked to Jordy Hiwula already. I think Rochdale, again, I think that would probably be the best fit for him. I think Crawley's quite near to first because obviously it's a new manager, depending on the system, etc. But I think Rochdale's probably the best fit for him, I think. I think that if you want to bring in an experienced winger who needs a bit of a rebirth, you give someone like a Rochdale, a player like Jordy Hiwula, who, don't get me wrong, on his best day, he could offer them something. But if you want to look for consistency, you need a club that's going to really work with Jordy Hiwula and really get him going again. Rochdale, do I see them as a club that could bounce back to League One next season? Brutally honest, no. So I think that if you've got a club like Rochdale who are trying to build up the League Two table and try and get it back into League One in a few years, which I think we are, we could be in that place where we have to take a good couple of years to get back into League One. But if the recruitment's great this summer and we're completely resetting the structure of the football club, which it looks like we are doing with Steve Eyre coming in as the assistant manager now, with Frank Sinclair working with the youth, with Chad from Exeter coming in for the under-18s, with Paul Green coming back, it seems like we are starting to reset the backroom staff. We're starting to reset the football structure the way Cops wants to see it. So, for me, I feel like Coppinger is working wonders with the backroom staff. So I feel at the moment. So I feel like we might be in a better place to get promoted than Rochdale, for example. So that's just at this early stage. Things can change during the window in the next couple of months. But for now, at least, I think from an off-field point of view, I think we are more of a promotion contender than Rochdale, if I'm being brutally honest. So if you need a club like Rochdale who's building towards League One, promotion to League One, but not instantly, and can sort of grow with the club, and you know, with Jordy Hiwula being an experienced player, you know, try and teach, shall we say, some of the youth and some of the younger players and be a bit of a leader in that dressing room and a chance to become a leader in the dressing room, then Jordy Hiwula, I think for Rochdale, I think Rochdale's probably the best place for Jordy. Crawley, like I said, is a close second, but I think Rochdale's probably the best place for Jordy. And you look at past players that have gone to Rochdale, you know, like Matty Dunn, for example. You know, I think we've had players like Matty Dunn there, who have been there and done that and been experienced players to be a leader in that dressing room. You would need someone like that, and I think Jordy Hiwula could be that. I'm not saying he's the best footballer in the world, that's not what I'm saying at all, but I think that he could definitely improve his game at Rochdale rather than stay here, or somewhere else rather than stay here. And that's nothing against Jordy as a footballer, that's just me personally saying I think we need a bit more of a clear out. And I'm going to do a video, I'm going to do a separate video coming up very, very soon by the time you're watching this, where obviously McSheffrey's talking about a few maybe moving on. So we shall see. In terms of other transfer links, obviously we talked about Jordy Hiwula with the 4 clubs there. Couple of things from DRFC Network on social media today, from his sources and things like that. I've seen a few things from EFL Hub on Twitter and things like that. You know, I don't really pay much attention to. Obviously, I talked about the Jordy Hiwula rumours and interest and reported interest, but you know, there is other ones that I don't really pay much attention to, or I'll just take notice of it, but I won't believe it until another source has said it, you know. And you know, like I said, I've seen sources put up things about Keon Atete on loan next season and Joe Sbarra from Solihull Moors. I will just say, I don't believe the rumours for a start, but I think that Joe Sbarra would be a good signing for us, and the reason why is because I don't think we're going to be that club in League 2 that's going to poach players from League 1, etc., or poach a lot of players from higher up on permanent deals. I think that we do have to look at non-league to find some gems in there to take us back up the Football League table and the pyramid. And I think Joe Sbarra, with the stats that he's brought up for Solihull Moors this season, would be a good signing for me. There was a couple that were mentioned as well. Ruben Rodriguez from Notts County, I think that could be a good signing. I reckon Ruben, to be fair, someone, a Rovers fan, was talking to me about Ruben Rodriguez. He was the one who actually suggested maybe Ruben Rodriguez, and that's just my personal opinion. I agree with him. I think that, and by the way, shout out to Daniel Rogers, you know, who said Ruben Rodriguez on Twitter. I'd like us to go for Ruben Rodriguez, you know. For me, I want us to play the 4-3-3 next season. I want us to play the 4-3-3, the triangular build-up, the triangles, you know, you've got the back four and the goalkeeper, then you've got your midfield triangle and your attacking triangle. The triangle build-up play, the one-touch, two-touch football that rips teams apart, the 4-3-3. If we stick to that system, stick to that style of football and play it the way we know we can, next season with the right personnel in place, I think we'll rip League Two apart in places next season. Not 100%, but I think at times we could rip the league apart at times. So I feel like if you start with that foundation, I think you've got a good place. And I think someone like Joe Sbarra, who's got good stats in what seems to be a 4-2-3-1 at Solihull Moors, or around that 4-2-3-1, but could transition into a 4-3-3 if possible. Someone like Joe Sbarra would be a good player to have. Like I say, he's not too old. I think that Solihull Moors has used him very, very well so far. They're in the playoffs for a reason. And I feel like, you know, it could be a good player to bring back into the Football League. Obviously, he used to be there with Burton, so I really wouldn't be against that. And like I said, same with Ruben Rodriguez. Again, 4-3-3, I think that would suit him very, very well. Bringing in someone like that, or someone like, I don't know, really. Comment down below if you know any other non-league players. But Ruben Rodriguez and Joe Sbarra are two names that I would personally like to bring in. You know, and even though I don't believe the stuff about Kion Etete yet, I think that, for me, I just don't see the benefits of Kion Etete. No doubt he's a good player, but I would personally not look at loaning in a striker. I would look at bringing in a striker permanently, either a youngster or an experienced one. Not too old, you know, we're looking, I'd say, anywhere between the ages of 19 and 25, or 18 and 25 if you want to push it. So either have someone in mind for that striker role when you've got 2-3 windows in mind, or you bring in someone a bit more experienced for the here and now, or you bring in both. You bring in two strikers, one for the here and now, one for 2-3 windows in advance. So for me, Etete wouldn't suit that, because I don't want to see us bringing in another loanee as a striker. You know, Chuka failed. Let's be honest, it failed. Odebeko pretty much failed as well. Didn't have the impact that we wanted in the 6 months he was there. Same with Chaker. Dudu, in my opinion, hasn't shown enough this season, but we'll see what he does next season, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be one of the ones that's going to be here. Rio, I still give him time. He's 21 years old. He's still got development to bring us. So, you know, there's a reason why they've got a 30% selling clause on him, and, you know, why he signed a long-term deal. So I think that Rio, I'll give him another season just to see what he can do in League Two. And if he can't cut it in League Two, I will start to worry about his development. But I really hope Rio can pull it off next season. Kieran Agar, back from injury, hopefully in pre-season. Experienced, knows where the back of the net is. Obviously needs to find it a bit more at Rovers, but you know, got a League Two proven striker there, so you know, just bring in that extra one or two that could compete for a first team place, and another one for planning 2-3 windows in advance. I think you've got a decent attack in front going forward. Like I said, Joe Dudu is one of the big worries for me going into next season. Can he improve on the performance of this season? We don't know. But anyway, thank you very, very much for watching this update. Mainly centered around Jordy, Hiwula, a little bit about other players as well. And for now, guys, I'm the CHALL, your Doncaster Rovers fan. Rovers till I die.